predictions in how artificial intelligence will be used in 2030 and beyond. Increased use of automation. So prime examples of automation being used is in finance. Way back we used to do cash deposits. Now everything is digital. We can even automate payments, right? Direct debits. We can automate salary coming in from how we get paid is also automated at a certain point. Even the tools we use for productivity. In many ways, a calendar is an automation tool, right? You can ask it to remind you to do a particular task at a certain point in time, so you don't have to do it manually. You can just be reminded of it automatically, essentially. So another example of how AI is being used is in self-driving cars, transportation. Even though we're still at an early point in time, eventually it will become the norm. Everything, or at least a lot of aspects of driving or that world, will be automated. Number 2, advancements in healthcare and health tech. So rather than you booking your doctor's appointment every month or every couple of months, you might have a digital system asking you how you're feeling, if you're feeling any kinds of pain, if you feel anything different about your body or your health in general. And then you'll automatically get recommendations in how to improve that particular pain point, or what supplements to take, what vitamins to take, or what actions to do. So having that aspect become automated rather than you having to manually find a doctor, book the doctor, visit the doctor. It's a bit more of a streamlined process. Number 3, enhanced cybersecurity. So cybersecurity is still not a phrase a lot of people talk about, but will become more and more important as everything becomes more digitalized, everything becomes more automated. Cybersecurity is really a fundamental tool that needs to be deployed. As AI becomes smarter and smarter and starts to learn from itself, it can start to improve cybersecurity from all aspects. So just to hammer down on how AI will improve cybersecurity, it's aspects like threat detection, behavioral analytics, being able to detect fraud or malware in an automated way rather than your developer security operations team having to manually find those errors. It's going to become automated essentially. Number 4, better environmental awareness and monitoring. So whether that's being able to create an AI within the environmental awareness monitoring aspect through improving climate modeling, so we're able to accurately predict what the weather's going to be like, I guess the dangers of a particular environment in a certain area a bit more accurately as well. Energy efficiency as well, not being talked about as much, beyond just solar panels, being able to understand how can you create machine learning models that deploy energy a bit more smart. Having the same output for every single socket, maybe one socket can be more optimized in terms of output. Number 5, one of my favorite changes that will happen with the help of AI is increased personalization. Which is happening already in our everyday lives, whether that's a specific film recommendation on Netflix, whether that's a specific set of books recommended by Amazon, or a specific playlist or song in Spotify. I think it'll come to a point where a lot more businesses will automate the way they personalize advertising and products and relate to their audience, depending on who the person is, their age, their beliefs, the way they do things. In summary, everything will become more personalized to who you are. Number 6, scaled communications. So remember back in the pandemic, back in 2020, Zoom was the hype. Zoom was what everybody was using for communication, for presenting, for getting in touch with their work peers. Well, in 2030 and beyond, my prediction is that communication will become a lot more scaled, not just in terms of speed, not just in terms of the tools we use, but actually just going to come a point where our communication will become modeled by AIs and be able to be communicated without us even knowing. Now there's some pros and cons to that, that's a whole other video, but the point is the transfer of information and the emphasis of communication will become more streamlined, be a lot faster, it will be a lot smarter. It will essentially increase the speed of getting things done. Number 7, the loss and creation of new jobs. So 100% sure a lot of people will lose jobs in this new AI age. A lot of things can be automated, whether that's self-service checkout, whether that digital GP or having a personal virtual assistant by your side. Those traditional, maybe blue-collar jobs will be replaced by AI, but at the same time, as a lot of jobs get replaced, there's always going to be new jobs to be created, and I think having the skill set of that human perspective and creativity won't be replaced. At least won't be replaced for a while, so new jobs will always be created. Number 8, new governance and laws regarding artificial intelligence and how it's used. So There's already discussions now that tools like ChatGPT, AgentGPT are maybe a bit too smart, and a lot of people are maybe afraid of it, overwhelmed, or they don't quite understand it, and we're not fully aware of the repercussions of AI in general. It's still a discussion that's not even publicly discussed yet, right? So I think by 2030 there'll be laws around how to use AI, how companies use it, how people use it, and it's going to be a bit more controlled. There's going to be certain parameters that can't be reached. So the final one, which is a bit of a bonus, is humanity's reclaim and appreciation of creativity, physical experiences, and imperfections. So the final point is, I think we're going to come to a point where everything becomes more streamlined, everything becomes more automated, life seems a bit more easy breezy, everything seems to be perfect. But I think humanity has a weird concept of loving imperfections too, so I think by 2030 and beyond, humanities will eventually want to reclaim the aspect of creativity, imperfections, and more physical experiences rather than purely digital. And I'll leave you to that, what that means for you, what that means for the future, but I do believe that humans will always want the human experiences. And those are aspects AI and the digital world can't fully replicate. And that's a good thing. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, leave them down below. Peace and love.